Alright, so cleared Lunatic on this game again with Sakuya B this time. Sakuya B is, so she has these knives that point in the direction you're flying when you're unfocused. And so I played her and it was like, whoa, that's kind of scary, I don't want to play this character. But she's actually not that, she's not as difficult to play as I thought. She's pretty interesting. So, aside from the, like, knife aiming thing, she has a really strong forward shot when focused, so you can basically play her like a straight shot character most of the time, when fighting bosses and stuff. Just, like, stay under the boss and you do a lot of damage. The other thing, which I'm doing I'm not doing right here anymore, I thought I was going to do it, but the other thing is that when you are unfocused, you will... Something I didn't know about this game. Okay, so you got those cherry points in the bottom left corner. When you are unfocused, your shots will... Like, your shots build up cherry points, and when you're unfocused, they build up much faster. And Sakuya B has a pretty fast rate of building up cherry points, especially with her unfocused shot. So... what I'm doing here is I shot Chirno unfocused for a while, and when I destroy her, I'm actually going to get a border, which will let me collect the items in this half of the stage very easily. So the borders, when you get to 50,000, every 50,000 cherry points you get, when that thing reaches plus 50,000, you get a border that absorbs all items on the screen and can also take hits for you. So it turns out that Sakuya B is really good at building up the points for these borders, and that kind of like changes the playstyle a lot compared to Sakuya A, who I played with in my last my other 1cc video. She has homing knives that make it easy to hit the boss from anywhere on the screen. Yeah, so you can get another border in this boss if you shoot her unfocused, but I'm not really doing that. I'm going to try to get a border at the start of the next stage instead. So I'm just going to try to quickly kill this boss using the focus shot. And yeah, I had trouble with this spell card at first, but now I don't have trouble with it because it's pretty much the same thing every time. And the trick is, if you stay in the middle center, that laser there will miss you. It's like the middle bottom center, it'll miss you every time, then you can just kill the boss and move on. So yeah, I have almost enough for another border now. So I'm going to kill a couple things, then I'll get another border and start absorbing the items, which is nice. So the other thing is that Sakuya B has a weird bomb. Her bomb is very bad at dealing damage, but it's very good. It's very good for converting bullets into cherry points, because it kind of does this thing where it freezes all the bullets on the screen, and then you absorb those bullets and they get converted to cherry points. So you can also intentionally bomb at times to build up to build up a lot of cherry. So here I have almost 50k again, so I'm going to try and trigger a border on the spell card after here, which I can do just by picking up those cherry items, and that gives me a bit of safety for this spell card. So when playing as Sakuya A, I would normally hide in the corner where it's slightly easier to dodge, but thanks to that border, I was able to stay in the center and pretty much do the whole card safely. And I almost have enough for another border, so, yeah. It's very nice to get all these borders. Yeah, so in this run, I think in my previous Lunatic run, I kind of like screwed up. I died twice on stage 2. Oh, look at that stutter. So my computer was randomly stuttering while I played this. It was bad, but it didn't end up like causing any deaths or anything, I think. But yeah, in this run, so in my previous Lunatic run, I did pretty badly in the early stages and kind of made up for it. In this run, I actually do the early stages really well. I use a few bombs, I think, but I minimize my life loss. So there, I got another border, which makes this card pretty safe. I'm switching to unfocused shot to build up more terror. See that stutter again? It's so bad. So bad. So again, building up some cherry points so you can hopefully get a border either during this card or during the next one, which is the next one is probably her most difficult card for me. So focusing to dodge around the bullets and then unfocusing to build up cherry. Now I've got a border for this. Which gives me a bit of safety at the start. And I break the border, which converts all the... If you break the border by either hitting a bullet, so the border protects you from bullets, and or you can break it intentionally. And when you break it, either way, when you break it, it will clear all the bullets on the screen, turn them into cherry points. So breaking a border intentionally is also a good way to get cherry points. And yeah, I had to use a bomb there because she was staying out of my range and I got kind of scared. But yeah, now I almost have enough for another border, which will protect me during this card. Or not card, this is just a normal attack. And I got hit there, but the border saved me. Now I use a bomb partly for safety, but also because I want to get a bit more cherry to see if I can get a border in this section where lots of point items drop. But I didn't quite get enough, so I just had to collect the items normally by flying to the top of the screen. And here, so again, I'm doing unfocused shots to go for a border, which is a little risky, and I ended up getting it and then immediately getting hit. Yeah, I still find that attack kind of scary. And now again, trying to use the unfocused shot as much as possible here so I can build up cherry points to get a border after this attack, which is really nice to have because after this attack you get this whole section where a ton of point items drop. And I'm almost there. I just need to get a few cherry items, and there we go. Unfortunately I broke it, but I broke it after the dangerous section ends, so I can just take out these fairies and grab the items normally. So yeah, I made it here. I made it to the boss without losing any lives and with bombs in stock. So that's really good. Fortunately, I think I do take a death here. You use a bomb. And I think I die. Yeah. Oh well. I died with one bomb left, which isn't too bad. Fortunately, I think the cherry points for the bomb let me get a border here, which helps because I have a lot of trouble with this attack. In fact, I think I use the border and then I bomb it. And that lets me get out safely. I didn't quite fly high enough to auto-collect those items. Yeah, so like my general strategy is if I see that I'm close to getting a border, I'll often try to use the unfocused shot to like push it over the edge, so I can do the card more safely. But if I'm like far away from a border, then I'll just use the focus shot to deal a lot of damage. And also, if the card is kind of, or the attack is kind of not that hard, like this one, I can just use the unfocused shot to build up more cherry. Because I do want a border for the next card, which is one I have trouble with. The other thing is that the bullets on screen when you defeat a phase of a boss, they all turn into cherry points as well. So you sometimes want to delay killing a boss a bit until there's a lot of bullets on the screen. So with one border and one bomb, I was able to get through that safely. And having a border for this card also really helps. Often I get, if I don't like have that border at the start and clear it out, I often end up getting trapped. Oh, I died here. Forgot that I died here. I almost made it. Now I'm intentionally dodging the cherry items here, because if you get a border in this intro section, then it will like run out before the stage starts, basically. Like it'll run out during this little intro image that pops up here. So I try to get close to a border, but not quite there, so I can get one during this section. There I'm at 49. And 50. Now this section, fairy spawn on the left and right, they drop a lot of point items. And you can see you can kind of do what I'm doing here, moving left and right to take them out with your aimed knives, but it's kind of difficult to get right, so I end up bombing just so I don't miss any point items. Then for this section, there are these spinners that explode into various kinds of shots when you shoot them. You can get the point item safely by doing what I'm doing, just kind of staying on the left and going around in a circle. These ones are a little more dangerous to get the point items, but fortunately I had a border to pick them up with. And now I'm going to just avoid shooting these ones because they fire a ton of random crap at you. If you don't shoot them, then they just shoot those green bullets as they fly away. Now, for Lily White, the mid-boss, if you delay killing her until the timer is almost out, then you'll actually skip a pretty difficult stage section where a bunch of enemies spawn. So yeah, I'm shooting her right now to build up cherry points so I can hopefully get a border. But I think once I get the border, I'm going to kind of lay off her a bit. I think I end up using a bomb. Yeah. Oh no, actually, yeah. So now I need to kill her quickly before time runs out, because if you let time actually run out, then she will fly away and you won't get the bomb that she drops. So you want to try to kill her right before time runs out, but not quite. Don't let it actually run out. So this section I'm just straight up terrible at. so I bomb a lot. I think I also take a death. Yeah, there we go. Nice death. Like those red and blue clusters are aimed at you, so you can kind of like move back and forth and misdirect them, but I always run into the other like non-aimed bullets while I'm doing it. So yeah, I just kind of screw around in that section, bomb a lot. I do manage to kill this fairy without using a bomb, which is pretty sweet. Alright, now, this first attack is very hard. You can see I'm kind of aiming my knives to the left, so that as I strafe to the right, hopefully they'll hit her and do a bit of damage, but I didn't quite do it well and I got cornered. So I use a bomb, then I kind of strafe to the right again. I get scared and I use a bomb. See, with Sakuya A, your knives are like homing in on her, so it's usually sufficient to use like 1 or 2 bombs, but Sakuya B's bombs don't do much damage, and your attack also doesn't home in, so I ended up using 3 bombs just to get past that one attack safely. I mean, you can also just dodge it, but I'm not very good at that. This attack is one. Again, I kind of try to like use the knives cleverly there, but I can never. With Sakuya A's homing, like usually I end up killing her as I come back to the right here, but here I didn't quite do enough damage, so I got kind of cornered. Had to bomb. Fortunately, the rest of the fight until the final attack is not that bad. There's this simple attack with these aimed bullets. And then this one, you kind of need to stay... You kind of want to stay to the left of her, or as you saw there, I almost got trapped. She was over to my right, or sorry, you want to stay to the right of her. She was like to the right of me, so I got almost trapped there. But once you get used to that, it's not that bad. And then here we really see the power of borders, so I got a border, and because all 3 of them are kind of like flying around the screen and taking damage, I can just stay unfocused and build up my cherry points. And then I almost earned enough for another border, and there it comes. So now I have safety for this attack. Then I can break my border to get more cherry points. And I try to just take out this attack before I die, but I don't quite make it. Got a little bit sniped there. But that's okay, because I had no bombs anyways. And I actually want to have bombs for this section. I haven't quite mastered how to do the opening of stage 5 without just bombing to get a bunch of the items. So I almost have a border, but I don't quite get there without bombing. And the border dies there anyways, because I don't really have a strategy for dodging that. I usually just bomb there. That bomb was just to, like, not drop any point items, so I like point items. Point items are delicious. That's probably like the first time ever that I killed all 3 of those last fairies without any of them firing. So again, I almost had enough for a border, so I just kind of did unfocused shots to go for it, and that let me take out this attack safely. It's another one I have a lot of trouble with normally. Unfortunately, I misread that attack and got hit with 2 bombs in stock. That's unfortunate. I always want to try dodging this attack, but it ended up too scary, and I bombed. This is another pattern that I straight up don't really know what to do. So I just bomb it every time. Now we're in pretty good shape with 5 lives at this boss, but I usually don't do too well on this boss. Yomu. He's rather difficult. Fortunately, got a cherry blaster. And I actually managed to dodge all that. That was some good dodging. Unfortunately, and then slammed my face into a bullet. This attack really annoys me because it's like, it's very easy to dodge, but she always flies just out of my range. I can't damage her. And this attack, I always want to dodge it, even though I really should have just used a bomb. But I tried, and I was punished for my hubris. At least I got the rest of it without dying, or bombing. I almost got a border, so a bit of unfocused shooting, then switched to focus to deal damage. Got a little bit scared. Now this attack, I like trying to dodge this attack, it's fun. But I noticed I was like halfway to a border, and this attack has a lot of bullets, so it's a good opportunity to bomb and just like build up your cherry points. So then that gave me some safety to actually like dodge it safely. And I break the border to get more cherry points. Here, I didn't quite get in a safe place when the time slow ran out, so I bombed. And that's that. I lost like 2 lives on that boss. Which isn't great, but it's not terrible either. Now at the final stage with 3 lives, almost had an extra life from point items. Pretty good. This is another place where I just bomb every time. I just don't even try to dodge it. This attack, I think it's just a static pattern every time. But I don't know how to dodge the 3rd wave of it, so take a death. Would have been cool to not take a death and have 4 lives going into this boss, but it happens. Got a little scared by that opening wave there, so I bombed. That should give me a border. Here I got greedy. I noticed I was like 10k away from a border, so I'm shooting her unfocused, not paying attention to the attack I have to dodge. And then I do it again, and then like, what is this? What was that? Why did I do that? What was she thinking? But I got my border. Got my border, I can play it a little safer. And I was shooting her focused here, but then I realized, wait, this attack is really easy. I can just do this unfocused and build up cherry points. All you do for this one is just tap, tap, tap. Switch back to focus in the middle, do more damage to her. And because I was almost at the border anyways. Then break the border so they can start shifting back the other way. This attack I haven't learned how to dodge. I just kind of wing it, and it usually ends with me getting cornered. Like so. But I got bombs. I almost got tricked into flying up into her fan to get those point items and probably dying. But I managed to back out in time. This is probably your hardest non-spell card attack. Thanks to that bomb, I managed to get my favorite border. This attack, I usually don't have too much trouble with it, but I got a bit scared. And I don't think I've seen that weird interaction there before, where, like, the bomb caused the... I call it the butterfly, but because this is called butterfly delusion, but the thing that's following you, it, like, split into a bunch of small bullets or something because of the bomb. That was cool. And a bit of unfocused shooting to get my cherry lasher. So since my first 1cc, I learned that this attack is like completely static, just like static and aim bullets. but I didn't actually learn how to dodge this attack, so I end up cornering myself here. I guess you're probably supposed to like misdirect the first wave of aim bullets over to the left or something. But I got bombs, and I got a border. So everything is right in the world. Now the most difficult attack. Other than maybe the final one. I don't know whether this or the final one is more difficult, because I usually just try to get to the final one with enough resources to not have to dodge it. Took an unfortunate death there. And then I notice I'm a good ways away from a border. So I bomb, and that gets me about halfway there, a little more than halfway there. So I just bomb again, so that I can get enough points for a border and safely close out the card. What I probably should have done is broken my border before the card ends, so that I would have had a bunch of cherry points going into this last one. But I was a fool. And then pressed left too early, and I would have had this in the bag, but well, I did end up having it in the bag, but like this would have been really easy if I didn't waste that life there. If I had just like bombed instead of slamming my face to a bullet. But now I had to actually be a little conservative about my bomb use. So 2 bombs gets me a border. Now I'm going to try to actually dodge things, but I think it does not work out. Yeah, I almost made it through that wave, but not quite. Bomb again. That gets me another border. Do I actually dodge one wave of this? Nope, no skillful playing this time. And if I last bomb, close it out. So yeah, Sakuya B. Thought she'd be like really weird to play, and she kind of is. But she's weird in like the fun way, because like you're getting all these borders, and like the main thing I thought was weird about her, the like aimed knives, it ends up like barely even mattering. Although it's kind of fun to like fling them back and forth wildly, kill everything. Yeah,